Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing well. If it's your first time here, feel at home, you're welcome. So today I'm going to do something different. It's more like a story time. So I'm going to tell a story, and what I'm going to do is I'll tell the story through pictures. So it's called Draw My Life, and I intend to make it kind of a series. So this is part 1. So guys, let me know what you think about it. So let's get right into it. So guys, this is the story, Draw My Life, interesting first day in a new school. So first of all, I want to let you know that they are not perfect images. In fact, they are more of cartoon images. So they are not really exact images of me, the schools, stuff like that. So I hope you enjoy. Let me know what you think about this. So let's get right into it once again. Yeah, so the year is 2009, and I'm moving from Butere Girls High School to Uasin Gishu High School. So Uasin Gishu High School, in short, it's called UG High. So I'll be just calling it UG High. Yeah, as you can see guys, by coincidence, they have the same motto. So for Butere Girls, it's for only the best, and then for UG, it's only the best. Yeah. So this in the middle here, this is supposed to be me. Of course, the uniforms were not that sexy. I just drew that to make the images more interesting. So at this point, as you can see, I'm still confused if I want to move to UG High or go back to Butere Girls. That's why I'm standing in the middle, kind of confused, kind of happy. Yeah, and so this is my sweater, my short skirt, and like thigh-high socks. This is supposed to be my bag. Yeah, so this is me. As you can see guys, I'm moving from step number 3 again to step number 3. This means as I moved from Butere Girls to UG High, I had to repeat. First of all, as I went to UG High, they said they can't take new students to Form 4, and at this point I had already like told everyone goodbye, signed off, told the teachers I'm not coming back and stuff like that. So it was so difficult. I could not like say now I want to go back to Butere Girls because I do not want to repeat and stuff like that. Also, there were a few reasons why I had to repeat, and one of them is that the last year at Butere Girls High School, I got 13% in maths. 13 as in 1, 3. And I was not the last one in that class. In fact, I was like among the middle ones, or the ones like top upper, yeah. Not like the last ones. So my guardian was not very happy about what I was doing at Butere Girls. I wasn't really serious about studies. So yeah, that's one of the reasons among so many other reasons. Yeah, so something weird, a few friends in UG High used to tell me, you see, when we had become friends, maybe we're in Form 4, that I was doing engineering in high school because I had stayed in high school for 5 years. So this means I was in Form 3 in 2008, and also at the same Form 3 in 2009, just in different schools. So this is me going into the administration block for registration and stuff like that, ready to start the new school. So another thing I forgot to mention is my uncle took me to this school. He was the director of studies for this school, so it was a bit easier to get into UG High, considering at that particular time it was around the post-election violence and many schools were not taking in new students. Yeah, so I was a bit lucky for that. Yeah, so I got in, got registered. That was on a Monday. Did everything, so I was ready to go to class. So this is me, as you can see. Sorry, this is the DOS office, the director of studies. So this here is supposed to be my uncle taking me to class, and this is Form 3 block again. At this point guys, I was still depressed. I was not sure if I want to still be at Form 3 or I want to go back. But you know guys, if you transfer, you can't go back to the old school. You know how you'll become the laughing stock, and I had carried everything, the mattress, the box, everything, so I could not go back to that old school. Sorry. Yeah, So I get to class. I was taken to Form 3R. There were 4 streams. It was R for red, Y for yellow, G for green, and B for blue. So I was taken for red, sorry. Yeah. So this here is my uncle introducing me in front of the class. So the introduction. This is me here looking all good in my long socks, short skirt, which was not really the uniform. In fact, by the uniform was a navy blue sweater, gray skirt. The tie was maroon and some navy blue stripes. Yeah, the socks were white. Of course, the skirt was longer and black shoes. So this is still the introduction part. So this is just a rough picture of the class. Of course, we are more than this, but I just showed a part of it. Of course, it's not the exact photos, but yeah, this is just a rough representation. So yeah, it was a mixed school. I forgot to say UG High was a mixed school, so I was coming from a girls school into a mixed school. So that was part of the excitement because I didn't really know what to expect, though I had been in boarding mixed school in primary. But of course, the whole of primary I was in mixed schools. So after drawing this image, I just thought it was funny that you see from the photos, most guys are kind of happy. Maybe this girl was happy because she thought she's going to find a new best friend. This one was not pleased at all. Look at the face. Something else, guys, you might notice the hairstyles. So at Uasin Gishu High School, we were allowed to make any hairstyles we want to go to school. Also, we had some Asians in the school, so that was I think to accommodate them. Yeah, so this guy here, I don't want to use like real names of people, so I think we'll call him Peter. Maybe Peter will work for him. So he's going to be part of the story for this particular day. Yeah, so basically that's it. That's the class. Yeah, there's someone else here, a few people, a few girls here. Some are excited, some are not. This is the notice board, the cabinets, still at the cabinets. Yeah, so first of all, guys, I forgot to mention I was taken to class at about 11 a.m, maybe 12, around that time, that last lesson to lunch. So basically that lesson, the teacher missed the lesson, so I had time to make friends because people were coming in asking me questions about my old school and stuff like that. You know, that excitement of a new student. Yeah, that was it. So there was this tradition at UG High that every day after lunch, which was at around 2 or 1, I can't remember clearly, it was strictly maths hour. So everyone had to do mathematics and teachers were going around, prefects. So if you were found doing something else, you would be in trouble. So it was strictly maths hour for that whole hour. Yeah, so people went for lunch, they came back. So at this point, I didn't have to draw the whole class. This is the afternoon class. So let's go into the details of the story of this afternoon. So I'm going just to draw a few individuals. So first of all, you know, when I forgot to show you something. When I got to this class, there were no empty seats. This one was someone who was absent, but now the only empty seat was at the back in the middle row. And this is my deski. Shout out to Male. Yeah, so I was sent to the back, and then I was told I would be given space later on. So I had to sit right at the back of the class. So back to this picture. This is me. This is my desk mate. So you remember Peter from the other photo? Yeah, this guy, immediately after lunch he came. You know, I didn't go for lunch, so he brought me sweets and stuff like that. So he was just trying to be friendly. So he moved seats. He was sitting right here. He moved behind. He evicted this guy from here. Yeah. That is my first day in UG High. It was afternoon, so it was a physics class. So this physics teacher was really interesting. I don't want to mention her name, but I also don't want to keep confusing the name, so I'll just call her the physics teacher. She was Kalenjin. So as you can see here, she used to say force is a bush or a bull. I still find it really funny. So I know you all know that force is defined as a push or a pull. So she used to say a bush or a bull. Yeah, so this is just a representation of physics class and stuff like that. So on this particular day, I did not really learn anything in this physics class because Peter here came. Now we were just making stories. So this is the middle row. This is the row on the left side. Remember, guys, it's my very first day. So he was like asking me, what's your name? Like the introduction thingy. Yeah, it was a new school and I was just trying to have fun. And you know, I was better placed because now I'm repeating. So most of the things that we are going to learn, I've already learned. And even from my previous school, physics was one of my best subjects. So yeah, I didn't really mind at all. So what we were doing is I took my physics book. Then I was, because naturally I cannot whisper. I whisper really loudly. It's just better not to whisper at all. So what we were doing is I took my physics book. So the questions, I kept writing them at the back of the physics book and then passing it to him. Then he replies, then he asks the next question. We did that like the whole lesson. So these afternoon classes were like this. It was a physics class, then a double English. Yeah, so the lesson was fine. It was interesting. I didn't really get anything because all we kept doing was talking. Also, this desk mate of mine was really amazing. He made me really feel at home. He put me up to par with everything. He kept introducing me to stuff. Yeah, so that was really interesting. My day was really interesting up to this point. So even before the physics class, like during the math hour or the lunch hour or the missed lesson, people kept warning me about the English lesson, at least how harsh the English teacher is, like her I don't know what to call it, like she uses some quite abusive language, sorry to say, but I was like, I'm a new student, kwani what's the worst that can happen? Like, of course I'll be treated nice, I'm a new student. Okay, so after physics, double English. So this particular day, apparently we were going to do set book. It was the river between. So people started asking me, do you have the set book? Of course, it was first day. I didn't know what to carry, what not to carry. So this is where Mr. Peter here came in. He told me, you cannot attend that class without that book. And I was like, relax, I'm a new student, I just got here. As in, what's the worst that can happen? Hakuna mtu anaweza ni harass. Yeah, and besides, I was feeling like I'm at an advantage because my uncle was the DOS and stuff like that. Okay, sawa. So Mr. Peter here, he took it upon himself. He went to the next class, which was 3Y, 3L, I remember. He borrowed the set book for me and brought for me. So I was thinking, okay, sawa, no problem. I just took it and sat there and waited for the next lesson. So English teacher comes in. Everyone is like shaken, scared. They jump into their seats. And I'm like, kwani, what's going on? I'm just seated there. Yeah, quiet, of course. Yeah, then she settles in. Then the first thing she says, who is this intruder in my class? Pointing at me. At this point, my heart drops and I'm just like, shit. Okay, I'm quiet. I don't know what to say. So she walks up to me. She leans on my desk. At this point, I'm scared because she's looking at me with these sharp eyes and I don't know what I've done. Like, I'm scared at this point. Now I'm telling myself, maybe what I was told before the class is true. Yeah, so then she says, as she's walking towards me, you know, I don't like cockroaches in my class. Oh my god, that was so scary. So I just sit there expecting the worst. So she comes to my desk, leans on it, and she's carrying the river between. And at this point, now I had the set book with me, so I thought I was safe. Yeah, so she started asking me all sorts of questions, like, who are you? Where do you come from? What are your full names? And stuff like that. So she asks me, which school have you come from? And I say, Butere Girls High School. So I think she had Bunyore Girls High School. Now Bunyore was a national school. Butere is a national school right now, but then it was not. So that made her really mad. So she tells me, How can you come from a national girls' school to a mixed day school? Well, at this point, I don't really know what to answer. I keep quiet. You must have been expelled. Get out of my class. Shit. I'm so shocked at this point. I don't know what to do. So I stand, I walk out of the class because, first of all, when she told me get out of the class, I didn't think she was serious. Then she repeated, young girl, I said, get out of my class. Hey. So I walk out of the class. So at this point, I'm so frustrated. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm new. I don't even know where the washrooms are. I'm thinking, should I go to the DOS office? Should I go to the deputy's office? What should I do? Where should I go sit? I'm so confused. I'm feeling really sad. Like tears just started rolling down my cheeks. I was so depressed. And guys, remember, I'm still depressed about the fact that I have transferred and I have had to repeat classes. At that point, it was quite depressing. I did not want to repeat. I never thought I was those people for repeating, but now, at this point, I have repeated. So when I was just starting to accept the fact that I've repeated, then this happened. So I go right outside the class. I find a bench. I go sit at the bench. At this point, I'm crying, but luckily, the Form 3 block was quite isolated. It was like the farthest block, so there was no one was passing there every time, not a lot of teachers. What was next to the Form 3 block was the computer lab, then the, what is it called? The engineering things, those ones. The lab was right next there, and there were no lessons there. So I sat there, I cried, I was just thinking, and all I wanted at this point was to go back home, take my box, my mattress, and go back to Butere Girls. And at this point, I didn't really care if people would laugh at me and stuff like that. I just did not want to stay here. I didn't want to be here. I just wanted to go. I just wanted to go back. So I sat there for about an hour, past maybe almost an hour and a half, because it was a double lesson. So when the lesson is done, she comes and sits right next to me. And she asks me, young girl, you said your name is? So I said my name. What did you get in your last English test? I said I had gotten 42 out of 60. She tells me, young girl, I'll not take that. You have come from a national school and I will not have that. I want you top of my class. At this point in my head, I'm just like, get out of my face, woman. But I'm just sitting there. I don't know what to do. Yeah. So after she says that, she walks away. At this point, it's 4. Now people are getting out of classes. You know, I'm a new student. I don't even know what to do. I don't know where to go. I'm thinking of going back to class. I'm so ashamed. But I didn't really have options. So I went back to the class, grabbed my bag, and left. So I went home. I was so frustrated. All I wanted is to go back to Butere, or I don't know. I didn't really want to go back to school the next day, but I slept and felt better. But anyway, I didn't really have options. So next day I soldiered on. I went back to school. So I went and talked to my uncle about it. I told him what happened. And of course, he went and talked to her. It was an issue. It was escalated to the deputy and principal because as I came to learn later, she used to do that to so many new students, and it got them so frustrated. And even a guy in my class, he came to me, he told me what happened to him on his first day during the English lesson, how he was frustrated, he almost didn't come back, stuff like that. Yeah, so by the next lesson and the next 2 lessons after the issue was dealt with, English became one of my best subjects. The English teacher, we became so close friends. And also, one thing I forgot to mention is I was living in the teacher's quarters because I was living with my uncle, the DOS. So we used to bump into each other with the English teacher so oftenly, like weekdays, weekends. So it was so funny. So we didn't really have many options. That's it for today, guys. Thank you so much. Let me know what you think about it. Once again, guys, thank you so much. It's always a pleasure. If you're new here, please like, share, subscribe. The comment section is always open for everybody. Let me know what you think about this Draw My Life series. Any suggestions for next video and stuff like that, you're welcome. Let me know what you think. I'll also share my Instagram handle. You can talk to me through Instagram. Let me know your thoughts. Thank you. Bye.